Ladies and gentlemen, what? Let's try this again. Live's gonna be totally messed up because I just messed up starting to record. Oh, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast in the entire world. When it comes to, I don't know what it comes to. It's kind of just a random show at this point. I mean, we're gonna gloat today. Fair warning, we're gloating. Wholeheartedly, fair warning.
Oh, we are?
Oh, we're gloating.
Okay.
Do you want to say it or do I want to say it? Anyway, intro, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, intro. My name is Greg Engel. I was a cop for 9.5 years. My co-host, his name is Lucas Cohen. He's been anything but a cop for 9.5 years.
I mean, not an ADA.
I was a cop and he was a cop. That's how this worked. But you're kind of a dick sometimes.
Am I?
You're like the passive-aggressive dick.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up like, my wife looks, does this make me look fat? Only like a Peterbilt.
Wow. Okay.
And you're over there and go, no, it looks awesome. It looks amazing. Anyway, you're the passive-aggressive one. I really want to almost make that our new intro. I was a cop and you've been a cock.
Okay. I mean, it's your show, so.
It's not my show. Just like your response. You're just as guilty as I am.
I disagree.
Oh, if you guys could have seen the pre-show today.
You did delete that, right?
Yeah, I deleted
Okay.
it. I am crying. Because I may or may not know how to do accents.
Well, we should stop there.
Oh, hey, guess what? We told you so.
We did.
We told you so.
We told you so.
Today, in case you missed it, Joe Biden picked his running mate.
I had somebody argue with me about this earlier this week, and I was like, no, I know who it's going to be. We all know who it's going to be. Just stop arguing with me.
I almost wish it would have been Klobuchar. Like I wish this time I was wrong.
I do too. But here we are.
So, in case you didn't know this, Lucas, who did creepy Uncle Joe pick as his vice president?
Harris. It's Kamala Harris.
It's Kamala Harris.
Kamala, whatever you want to, whatever.
That's going to be a debate forever.
Depends on what part of the country you're from, apparently.
Yeah, it really does.
Or there's Kamala.
Kamala Harris is the vice president. Okay.
Not yet.
Kamala Harris.
Not yet. Not yet. I'm not saying she's not. I'm saying she's not.
I'm saying
yet.
she is.
I'm saying she's not yet.
I'm saying she will be. Wholeheartedly.
I'm not saying she's not.
Okay.
I'm saying not yet.
Okay, so I read this somewhere. And I don't actually remember where I read this at, but I read that she's an anchor baby.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, based on what I was reading, I don't know if that's necessarily true. Because there was somebody that made, and granted, it's the socials, and the socials is like going to be the downfall of society. I'm convinced about that. I'm not on them anymore.
That's because you got banned from all of them except for one.
Still on Twitter.
He's still on Twitter. How Twitter has not banned you yet blows my mind.
I'll work on that.
I mean, in all honesty, I've got more crappy notifications from Twitter than I ever have Facebook.
Do you get my notifications from Twitter? Did you see the meme that I posted today? I made that meme. I was really proud of that.
I really don't want to inflate your ego and be like, yes, I get notified every single time you tweet something. But I get notified every single time you tweet something.
I mean, it's not that often.
No. So. And I go look and I'm like, oh my God. Did you really just put that on social media?
It could always be worse.
I'm still stunned.
At what?
With the amount of crap that I've posted on social media.
That you're still on social media.
That I have never... I've never, and I'm gonna jinx myself by saying this, I have never even got something from Facebook that said you violated community standards ever.
I mean, I didn't get one either. It was just, oh, hey, we suspended your account.
You know when you're getting it back?
No, they haven't told me that. I don't know if I am getting it back.
There's so many pictures and stuff on Facebook though. Like I've had my Facebook since 2006.
Yeah. I was made aware of some of the riskier stuff that I was posting, and so I actually downloaded everything on Facebook before it was deleted.
Like I'm thinking about doing that right now because like I've got pictures from like irreplaceable pictures on Facebook.
It's easier than I thought. And I mean, I thought it was worthwhile. It's a 10-year-old account, so.
Mine's 15.
That's because you're old.
Listen here, youngin. I remember when you had to get invited to Facebook. Yeah. I had to get...
I don't remember if I was invited or not. I may have been. I don't know.
10 years ago? No. Because Facebook, I think, was created in 2004. I remember when people were talking about Facebook, and everyone was like, what's this Facebook?
I mean, I remember when MySpace was still a thing.
Yeah, it was like, Facebook will never take over MySpace. MySpace is the greatest thing known to mankind.
Did you see the comment from Zuckerberg? It was a couple of weeks ago. He was like, "Oh, there will never be a competitor to Facebook."
There won't be. What?
There might be eventually.
Who?
It might be a couple years.
How many people on Facebook? 3 billion?
How many people were on MySpace?
Not that many.
Well, no.
I don't know anybody that qualified for the Sunnyside Special at 2 p.m. at IHOP that had a MySpace.
That's fair.
I know a lot of people that qualify for the Sunnyside Special at IHOP or Denny's at 2 p.m. in the afternoon that have Facebooks.
Yeah, but they're just there to spy on the grandkids.
This is true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
Maybe they're
actually.
kids. No.
You think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some of them that are actually there to spy on other people that qualify for the Sunnyside Special. Anyway, that was a long...
Down the rabbit hole of Sunnyside Special on Facebook.
Sorry to everyone about that.
We're saying we know multiple people that qualify for the Sunnyside Special that have Facebooks, and I don't think they have a Facebook to spy on people.
Former classmates.
Did you hear what Jolene did? Jolene. Sorry. What?
Please don't.
I got a Miley Cyrus playlist today at work, and yeah, it was a bad idea. Kamala Harris will be the next vice president of the United States.
You heard it here first.
So you agree with me? He wins.
He might.
With her, he might.
See, I don't know. I'm still clinging on to the potential that Democrats aren't actually trying to win this one.
I believed that until today.
Well, Harris was the last hope that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else, I don't think. Well, anybody else that was willing to do it, I don't think that would have pulled it off. Did you see that Klobuchar was actually telling people not to worry about her doing it because she wasn't going to do it? Did you see that?
No. About VP?
Yeah, she was telling people she wasn't interested. I didn't see that until yesterday.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that probably has to do with George Floyd.
I think that factors in. I mean, I think picking Harris, I think that factors in.
No, I think if Klobuchar's the one that didn't charge Derek Chauvin like 9 times.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, that would have come up, and the whole Black Lives Matter thing the Democrats have been trying to use that. I don't understand how that works because Democrats are as bad as Republicans on all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
hey, Black Lives Matter. You're a libertarian. You just don't know it yet.
The whole thing about, don't worry about me for vice president. I think there's a George Floyd bit of that. She's also probably working on a cabinet position.
Mm-hmm.
Unofficially.
Yeah. Attorney General.
Probably.
Because she's a lawyer.
Yeah. I'm really worried about
Biden-Harris cabinet. Go.
Well, we've already named Attorney General. Like, who do you want?
Sex state.
Well, Hillary Clinton's already been there. It's probably not her. Although, ooh, that would be weird.
Yeah, it would.
Michelle Obama.
There you go.
That would be so weird. That would be this. Would that be the second president's wife?
Yeah, that would have been Secretary of State. That, yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Secretary of Defense.
SecDef. I don't know. That's not my area. I don't know. Who do you think?
There's not a good one.
Okay. Who is it? Who is it?
It's not who it's gonna be, but I can think of somebody in the Democratic Party that would fit perfectly for SecDef.
I suppose there's a possibility it could be her, but it's probably not.
Oh my God!
It's not going to be her, Greg.
Oh my God!
Calm down, Greg.
Oh my God!
It's not going to be her.
It would make so much sense, though.
It would make sense, but
She fits perfect.
it's not going to be her. Do you really think it's going to be her?
No.
It's not going to be her.
No, I don't. But why not?
I know. I want it too for a variety of reasons, but it's not going to be
Tulsi
her.
Gabbard.
It's not going to be Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi could be the perfect SecDef.
I wish, but no, it's not.
Oh my God!
They would not allow that to happen.
Why? Because they're too damn hawkish.
Yeah, and she's not.
And she's not.
It would also set her up
To run for president.
Well, not necessarily for president right away, but it would set her up for later office.
Yeah.
So
there's a part of me. I mean, there's a part of me that hopes Trump wins, just so. Like, I want to write a letter a day to Tulsi Gabbard and be like, Tulsi, 2024. I know you don't get it.
no, I mean, I understand some of that. You're talking about your crush on Tulsi.
It is not a crush on Tulsi. I do not have a crush on Tulsi Gabbard.
Right. Okay. Well, who else? Who else in the cabinet?
Could you imagine a ticket with Tulsi Gabbard and Rand Paul?
Not gonna happen.
I know, but I'm in dreamland now.
If
Gabbard Paul 2024.
Although I would vote for that. If they both switch parties to the Libertarian Party.
To hell with that.
What else are they gonna do?
I don't know. Has it ever been done? Have a VP from the opposite party?
Well, with the way I don't know if there's
in modern politics since 1860.
No,
because it used to be the VP had to be the opposite party.
Right. Which is weird.
See, I wish it was still like that.
I do too.
Although now they just shoot each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they do that anyway.
Wow. I'm just saying, could you imagine a Paul Gabbard ticket or a
I would probably
Gabbard
vote for
Paul
that.
ticket?
I would probably vote for that.
I would, in a heartbeat.
If they did both switch parties to a Libertarian Party,
but they'd never win that way.
They wouldn't win that way. But I would go all in. I mean, volunteer, donate, all that.
As much as I don't personally like the guy, because I think he's a snake.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about already.
Who?
Amash?
Yeah. Gabbard and Amash. I could vote for that too.
I think I'm apprehensive.
Well, yeah, because it's got Justin Amash in it.
Yeah.
I don't. There's something about him I don't trust, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Well, he's I don't know. He's just all over the place.
Yeah, like he's did one line of coke too many before he got to the floor of Congress.
That's what it is. He's unpredictable. That's why I don't.
That's why I don't like him. Like it's on the Thank you, new mic. So you're sure my dog threw a temper tantrum.
We need to get him his own mic.
No, we are not getting a dog a mic.
Or we could stick a camera on him for the.
I halfway tempted to put a GoPro on him one day, and just have the Duke sideshow.
Do it.
Oh my god, no, do it. Get a GoPro first. I'm not buying a $400 GoPro just to stick on the dog's neck during a podcast.
We'll have to work on that.
We did tell you though, but like in all fairness, it was 3 weeks ago. We're like, Kamala Harris is going to be the VP pick.
Yep.
And everybody was like, well, maybe, but it could be this and it could be that. And then there's Michelle and Michelle and Michelle and Michelle and Michelle and Michelle. This is what I think. If you're Senator Harris, how do you feel about playing second fiddle to Michelle Obama because they could get Michelle Obama? Seriously, everybody knows who they wanted to be the VP pick. And I think if you pick Michelle Obama as the VP, it's a landslide win over Trump every single day of the week.
If you're Harris, how do you feel working for Joe Biden?
God, that's true. I
mean,
mean, there is some historical significance here. Like, Harris is the first black female to be the president or vice president on a major party nomination.
Is she?
Yes.
I mean, I've seen that in the news. I haven't had time to fact check.
Major party nomination.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. But
yes, she is.
Has there really never been a VP?
No. There wasn't a female VP for a major party until 2008.
McCain Palin?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah.
Boy, they screwed that one up.
Yeah.
But she's a nice person. Like, I've met her in person twice.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's from Alaska.
She's nice. But you can see Russia from her back porch.
We've talked about this, Greg. That is not what she said. Also, I think her voice is just really annoying.
That's because you don't like okay, you like one northern accent, but for the most part, you don't like most northern accents.
Really?
Well, what?
That is fair.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I do prefer southern accents. Like, really southern. What?
There's an asterisk there. Just like that, he turns red.
Am I turning red?
Oh my God,
I am turning red. So what other cabinet positions do you want to talk about?
Oh, wow. That was an awful transition, but okay.
No other choice.
Secretary of the Treasury?
No. Please no. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
What are you going to do if you wake up one day and Joe Biden's president, Kamala Harris is VP, Michelle Obama is Secretary of State, and Bernie Sanders is Secretary of the Treasury? Oh my God.
I'm going to pinch myself and look for the windows of my insane asylum.
Oh my God.
I'm going to start tying bed sheets together because I'm getting out of there. Whatever drugs they're giving me are not working.
Oh my God. That would be so... You know the moment you wake up in dystopia? Oh.
The only good thing about that is that it would have to be 2021, which means we're not in 2020 anymore. That's the only upside.
Yeah, you're right. What, are you afraid of December 32nd, 2020?
Yeah. December 31st, 13 o'clock.
It's 13 o'clock. Oh, Lord. Oh, bless their hearts. Harris or Pence.
Which vice president?
God bless. That's worse than Trump or Biden.
Yeah.
It really is. If you think about it, that is a worse choice than Trump or Biden.
It's all the same. They're all the same.
No. Okay, they're all senile. Let me rephrase it.
At least Mike Cohen said he was going to kill baby Hitler.
By the way, by the time most of you listen, if you're watching live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Oh,
is there live on Twitter?
Yeah, we're live on Twitter right now.
Fancy.
If you're watching live, it will be tomorrow. If you're listening to the podcast, it will be probably tonight. Because we generally record these the night before. And they get published tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night, Lucas and I will be in the same room as Joe Jorgensen. Do you think we can get her to do an interview?
Doubtful.
Really? I mean, there's only like 6 of us there.
Fair point.
You know the awesome part about being a libertarian? It's like supporting libertarian candidates. You could actually talk to them because nobody's there.
I mean, if she's like any other politician, no.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm gonna take everything.
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 In the off chance that we do get it.
In the off chance, I'm like, dude, could you imagine? Like, if I'm like, hey, Lucas, we have to share a mic real quick because we're about to do a 30 to 45 minute episode with Joe Jorgensen.
I don't know if I like you that much. That can be that close.
You want to be that close to JoJo? Don't answer that.
Just
don't answer that. He's going to be like, pass out.
I might not say anything the entire episode.
That's why I'm like, you're just going to sit there and watch because you're not going to say anything. I know you well enough to be like, you're just gonna be
probably
like you're gonna be awestruck. I don't know if I'd be awestruck by interviewing somebody. I can't think of somebody that would, like, what?
I can probably think of a few.
Who?
Anybody from the Kennedy family.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know.
No? Okay.
Because anybody I really want to interview from the Kennedy family is dead. JFK's dead. Jackie's dead. RFK's dead. JFK Jr.'s dead.
Have you seen the conspiracy theory on JFK?
Oh my God, stop.
Okay, I'll stop.
This is not coast to coast.
It could be.
You're talking about the Q and Jr. theory?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, I've seen it. It's totally implausible.
Yeah.
100% implausible.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to know what drugs some of these people are on to come up with these theories. Seriously. Because I'm like, oh, it's like the meme you sent me today. Yeah, we had it a kid. I think I'm going to have to buy a new car. Cool, have you tried DMT?
Yeah, that's...
Look, people start running out these conspiracy theories. I see that meme now. Yeah, I think I need to buy a new car. You know, we had another kid. Cool. Have you tried DMT?
I love that meme so much.
Oh, because it's true. Seriously. Okay. In all honesty, we're voting. You vote. Like, I asked you the question the other day. I'll ask it to you again. Only this time I'm going to phrase it different because, in all reality, you're not voting for president. You're voting for vice president, Harris or Pence. And you have to pick one.
I don't have to pick anybody.
Oh my God. Really?
They're both just so terrible.
Are the vice presidential nominees worse than the presidents? Seriously, is it worse?
I would say probably yes.
Oh, come on. You have to pick one. Harris or Pence? Who do you pick?
You're gonna hate me for this.
I know, because you know who I'm gonna pick.
Honestly, I would probably pick Pence just because enough Republicans don't like him.
I'd still pick Harris.
The problem with Harris is that Democrats are going to love her so much. She's going.
I know.
She's going to be the Democrat version of Donald Trump.
No, that's Michelle.
You think so?
That's Michelle. Because I love Michelle. What?
I don't think we can be friends anymore.
She's such a nice, she's a nice person.
I don't like nice
people. She is so charismatic and so nice and so, she comes off as genuine versus.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
I buy it. I like Michelle as a person. I would hate her policy. Her policy is the antithesis to what I believe. But I like her as a person. It's just like Barack Obama. I think Barack Obama was one of the most charismatic politicians since JFK. He could captivate an audience. Jack Kennedy, Reagan, Obama could captivate an audience. They were orators.
That's your top three?
Since 1960? Yes. Number 4 is Clinton.
See, I would put Clinton probably higher up than Barack Obama.
Nah, I wouldn't. To captivate an audience, I wouldn't. 1-on-1, baby.
1-on-1, you're gonna hate this. LBJ is probably number 1 for 1-on-1.
Oh my God. I knew you were going to say that too.
It's true, though.
Because he scared you to believe he was going to murder you.
If you're on his bad side, yeah. Which, that was probably...
Most people.
I mean, I've talked to people that were on good terms with him and talked to him 1-on-1. The guy was funny.
Really?
From what I've heard, yeah. Incredibly inappropriate, but funny. And I'm not...
No comment.
When I say inappropriate, I'm not talking about racist stuff. I'm just talking about
Oh, he was a super sexist too.
Yeah.
And
I'm not necessarily talking about that either. I mean, there was just stuff that was just really inappropriate.
One of those deals of going, when we were in Dallas last weekend, and I got the LBJ Turnpike, I wanted to vomit. Why'd you drive your van off a bridge, Greg? Because it was on the LBJ Turnpike. The lines were too white.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Why couldn't Tulsi be SecDep?
She would be good at it.
I know.
But they won't let her do it.
I know.
What other position do we want to... Treasury. You really think they're going to put Bernie Sanders in that position?
I could see it.
I could too.
It would if they announced it before. Chess, not checkers. They announced it before. Actually, you know who I can honestly see where they could see them putting Bernie? Secretary of State. Because they're not going to get Michelle.
Republicans would have a heyday if he was Secretary of State.
Republicans are going to have a heyday one way or the other.
That's
it's
true.
Biden and Harris.
I think they would go even more nuts if he was Secretary of State than if he were Secretary of Treasury.
That's because people are stupid and don't understand the power the Secretary of the Treasury has.
I know. But okay, so are we putting Bernie in Treasury or Sex State? Not Sex State.
I'd put him in Sex State.
I don't think so.
I mean, he's not going to be in Treasury. You're not going to put the open socialist in the Treasury. That guarantees you a one-term presidency.
You do know a lot of his supporters are ticked, really upset.
What?
About Harris.
Why? Because they really thought Bernie stood a snowball's chance in hell of being VP?
No, it's a policy issue.
What policy? I mean, they're 90% of Harris's policies suck, but
because she's tough on crime, and Bernie Sanders is basically the opposite of that.
Is she really tough on crime now?
She was a district attorney
Mm.
after she was an ADA, which I just had to throw that in
You really don't like ADAs.
there. No.
Me neither. Totally different reasons, but
Yeah, different reasons.
me neither.
I have opinions on ADAs. For district attorneys, that's a lot more one-dimensional. I mean, they're only really
Most district attorneys are just politicians.
yeah. There's really only one kind of person that actually becomes a district attorney.
Yeah, they're just politicians. Like I'm not. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. Most district attorneys are just politicians.
Yeah.
And I think most district attorneys want to run for attorney general or something else,
Yeah. Like Harris did.
like United States Senate.
Like Harris did.
Yeah. Like it's impressive to me that she won Senate in California.
Yeah. Although if you follow her campaign and see who all was involved,
Oh
like,
yeah.
like from the start when she was running for district attorney, there are a lot of heavy hitters in that campaign.
Soros kind of money.
Nancy Pelosi was around her campaign a little bit.
Really?
Like there are photos of her with Nancy Pelosi in 2000. Was that 2000? 2000 somewhere around there.
So, and I didn't look this up. So she's got elected pre 9/11.
To what position?
District attorney.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
When did she get in the Senate? That's what I want to know.
Oh no, she was post 9/11.
For DA?
DA, let's see, 2003, I think. 2003, 2004.
And when did she get in the Senate? 08?
Let's see, she was district attorney in San Francisco, 2004
Yeah.
to 2011.
That's why it's well, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
Pelosi.
2010 Attorney General campaign, and then 2017 is when she got into the Senate.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's still a first-term senator.
Oh wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, wrap that around your head.
How do you,
She's a first-term senator that's a VP nominee.
her acceleration through politics
It's insane.
It's been ridiculous. Like I was looking at it earlier, and I thought this is not a very long political career to be running for vice president. It's not. She's not very old.
That's actually a good thing. She's in her mid-50s.
Yeah. Why is that a good thing?
For electability, that's a good thing.
Less of a record?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I mean, consider who she's running with.
Yeah, the guy that voted mandating busing in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I really like the one thing Donald Trump has in this entire deal is going back to like the first or second Democratic debate and playing the tapes of Harris calling out Biden on busing.
Yeah. Which is funny if you read about it, because she basically said, I don't think you're a racist, and then proceeds to call him racist.
I don't think you're racist, but you did some racist shit.
Yeah. And supported some racist politicians, which...
Where was Biden a senator from? Vermont? Or Connecticut? No, Dodd was Connecticut.
I don't want to guess. I have to look that up too.
I'm like, it was a super Northeast. Oh, I know it was a Northeast liberal. Okay, wrap your head around this. You have a president. It's literally the coast versus middle America.
Urban versus rural.
It really is. Delaware, that's it.
Delaware. I knew it wasn't Vermont because that just doesn't fit.
I mean, Bernie's from Vermont.
Yeah, but Bernie's actually a socialist.
But Vermont's not. Never mind.
You have to be able to tie your shoes to have an ideology. Am I wrong on saying that?
Oh, no. You're not. Dick. I was a cop and you're a cock. Like, that's such a dickhead thing.
Sorry.
You've got to be able to tie your shoes, don't I?
At this point,
This is why
well,
nobody likes you.
for two different reasons, I'm wondering at this point if Biden actually can tie his shoes.
What's the second?
The same reason that was it H that hadn't been shopping in like 20 years and was like didn't know how to shop and they like got it on camera, like when H Bush was running for president.
Really?
And they like filmed him going to the supermarket to make it more relatable, and it's like he didn't know how to shop because he hadn't shopped in so long because everybody else did it for him.
No way.
That's what happens when you're wealthy. You become unrelatable because you don't live the life.
I've
that
got to go
everybody else lives.
actually see that now.
I think I've heard that story. I need to. I'm
Verify.
gonna have to find that.
I mean, I've heard the whole story of presidents forget how to drive
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
because they spent 4 to 8 years and they never drive.
Yeah, one more reason I don't want to be president.
That's all right. You don't want your friends to be governor either.
That's not what I said. Not what I said.
That's pretty damn close to what you said.
Do I need to pull the quote? Do I need to pull up the court transcript for you?
It's not a court record. It's inadmissible.
Please read back the previous statement.
Objection. Harassing.
Harassing.
Objection. Harassing the witness.
Okay. Do you think? Okay.
Oh, God, you've got the look on your face.
You think Biden wins the presidency?
I think at this point it's officially 50-50.
Do you think Biden finishes his first term?
No.
Do you think there's a reason,
Yes.
like a specific reason?
Yes.
Do you think it's going to be about competency?
Yes.
Okay.
In all honesty, it's Harris versus Trump. I don't think he physically survives his first term.
That's also possible.
Honestly.
There are so many ways to get Biden out of that offense.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous.
I don't think Biden survives his first term.
I don't think he's there in 4 years.
No.
I'll say that much. I don't know how that happens. I could see a lot of different ways.
He pulls FDR.
Has a stroke. Another stroke.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his health isn't good already.
Like, that's what I mean. Biden's not going to, like, if Biden wins, and hell, in all honesty, I'm not sure Trump makes it 4 more years.
I think he does at least.
He has a better chance of than Biden, yeah.
Yeah. I think he at least survives. I don't know if he's going to be running the show in 4 years.
Or is he going to be Reagan from 84 to 88? Is Melania really going to be president, or Pence, or whoever? You know what I mean? That's a ooh. Like, there's my yawn for the night on air.
Is that the only one?
Yeah,
Oh.
hopefully. Like, why can we not get somebody? Why can we not get somebody competent when I'm for president? Like, Tulsi Gabbard.
I honestly, I could see at least 3 different ways you get Biden out of that office.
I can name 9 on a bad day.
I don't think it's. I think he will probably survive.
The 2 days the president's the most powerful.
Yeah. What are they?
Do you know the Washington Insider term for that? Like, that's actually like a beltway term, beltway phrase.
I didn't know there was a term for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a term, but that's a phrase I learned in Washington.
Huh, really?
There's 2 days the president's the most powerful. The day he's elected and the day he dies.
Yeah.
So. I can see it.
Do you want to know how I think he actually gets removed from office?
What?
I think there's a sexual scandal.
No, I could see that. Drop Pedogate in his lap. But that might be too much political.
I don't think it's that.
I mean, you could pin it all on him. It wouldn't be hard to
could.
pin it on him.
You could. I don't think it's that though. I think it's actually like
Monica Part 2.
kind of, yeah.
I
Except I don't think it's consensual. I think it's a sexual harassment issue that's going to come out.
Well, he's so damn senile.
Yeah. He would be defenseless.
He would have no idea what was going on.
Yeah. You ask him where he was that day, he's not going to know. I think that's how that happens.
See, I just think he dies.
It's possible. It's possible.
I legitimately think, like, at this point,
it's possible he wakes up.
Kamala Harris is running for president.
Yeah, she is. Wow. That's a lot of weight for a vice presidential candidate.
No, it's not. You don't have. You got to be one thing, not Donald Trump. I can't wait to see the debate between her and Pence, though.
If there,
I'm gonna cry.
There probably will be one.
Hmm.
There's not. I don't think there's going to be a presidential debate.
How can there not be a presidential debate?
COVID, scary.
Oh
Second
my
wave.
God! You're one more person. I'm not. Nope. Where's the mute button?
I mean, the second wave. They keep talking about the second wave coming. Everybody's terrified of it, and it is August. So you've got a very limited time before November hits. You disagree?
You know it's an awful idea for me to talk about COVID.
Yeah, it is.
It's a horrendously bad idea for me to talk about COVID.
So let's talk about presidential and vice presidential candidates.
Oh, we told everybody 3 weeks ago it was being Kamala Harris.
We called it. You should start listening to us.
If we can get JoJo on tomorrow night, oh my God. You're gonna lose your pants in about 0.7 seconds. So they're jerking off underneath the table.
And what are you gonna be doing?
Interviewing her.
Yeah, right.
I can tell you, I can't think of somebody that I'm gonna get starstruck interviewing.
We'll see how that really goes.
What? I will be professional. What?
You being professional. Considering the comments you've just made in the past 60 seconds.
Which means I'm the perfect person to ever interview a libertarian candidate for president.
Okay, that might actually be true.
I'm the perfect person to interview a libertarian candidate for president.
Because with you, anything goes.
With me, anything goes. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to like it.
Yeah.
I can even get mad about it, but with me, anything goes.
I'm also slightly horrified by the idea of you interviewing a presidential candidate.
Why?
Because we're such an ass.
Why does that scare you so much?
Because we're such an ass.
I could be Jake Tapper. And I understand why Republicans hate him. I get it. But I kind of love Jake Tapper. You know why?
Why?
He's such an ass and he just keeps coming back for more and doesn't give a shit. Tell me I'm wrong.
Or you could be Tucker Carlson.
That's disgusting. Get out. Oh my God.
Are you firing me?
No, because last time I fired somebody, they were pregnant. You were there too.
I was there. I keep trying.
I can't. I mean, if you literally drop your pants and start jerking off while I'm interviewing JoJo, then I might fire you. See how deep your moral compass goes. You know what the fun part is, too? Our mics are yellow.
Max branding.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think I would get starstruck interviewing?
Tulsi. Don't act. Don't act like that's not a thing.
I might be starstruck after I interviewed Tulsi.
No, you wouldn't make it through the interview.
I would totally make it through the interview.
Okay.
Now I'm almost determined to get Tulsi on just to prove I could make it through the interview interviewing Tulsi.
Between Tulsi, Ron Paul.
Ron or Rand?
I don't know.
Because I've met Ron.
You have?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Hi. I might have shook his hand. There's a picture of me and Ron Paul somewhere together.
I mean,
I met him in 2012.
I've shaken hands too when I was incapable of saying anything thoughtful.
I met him in Oklahoma City in 2012.
And you said hi.
Kinda.
What do you mean, kind of? How do you?
I mean, I shook his hand and said hi.
You don't even remember what you said, do you?
I really don't.
You don't remember what you said. My gosh.
I don't remember what I said.
Oh, I won't be starstruck.
It wasn't starstruck. It was just kind of cool, because Ron Paul then to me wasn't what Ron Paul is to me now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ron Paul to me now isn't what he was when I met him. Because I was firmly in the Romney camp, and then somebody took me to a Ron Paul rally. I'm like, hey, a lot of the shit they're saying makes a whole lot of sense. I might get a little starstruck by, like, Rand.
Okay. Well, that was my third
maybe.
Between those three.
But I think me and Rand could have a conversation. It would just be cordial.
Maybe. I could see him being really personable.
Yeah,
really
me too.
personable.
I'm not sure I get started. Like, Tulsi's... One, I will never get to interview Tulsi Gabbard. Like, oh my god.
Why not? You scared?
Hey, Lucas, I need you to come into work today and run this interview. You walk in and Tulsi Gabbard's there. Okay, maybe. I might get a little starstruck by Tulsi.
A little bit.
I would get a little bit starstruck. I could still pull an interview and just collapse mentally and emotionally later. Like, you should be president of the United States right now.
3 minutes into that interview, and you're just like dripping sweat.
Not that bad. I'm not Napoleon Dynamite.
What?
Hi. I can't interview the woman. Actually, see, the thing about, like, people like Tulsi and Rand, I would want to hit hot buttons. Not necessarily because I disagreed with them, because I wanted to see how they would phrase something.
Okay.
I honestly would love to have an interview with you and me and Tulsi. Honestly.
I would too, actually. Just for the.
You just want to see somebody get to my weak spot.
Well, there's that. I would actually legitimately like to meet her, just to talk to her.
I want to see you and Tulsi discuss the one topic that I stay out of.
The one topic that she and I would probably disagree on. Well, not probably. Probably the only issue that we would disagree on.
And I would literally stay out of it.
Shocker.
I told you, that's the one topic I don't really discuss.
Okay.
And you look at me nuts every time. You look at me when I say that, like I look at you when you're like, you didn't vote for somebody.
Well, Tulsi wasn't on the ticket.
I know.
As fun as Gary Johnson was.
Oh my god. I almost wish Tulsi would have played the game just...
I don't.
Why? She didn't have it in her to play the game.
I think that's why I like her.
The funny part is, you and I like somebody who
Yeah.
couldn't play the game because they wanted to endorse a socialist for president. Wrap your head around that.
I have a lot of respect for people that are too principled to play the game, and I think that's Tulsi's issue.
I think Tulsi is a principled human.
Yeah.
Like, she genuinely cares about human beings.
Yeah.
Ask me in 24 hours if I believe the same thing about JoJo.
I'll reserve my.
Some people, you can see that genuineness, and you're gonna hate the fact that I say this. That's where I go back to Michelle Obama, of like Michelle genuinely.
I think
cared about people.
She might. I mean, I'm not going to say that she doesn't, but you know me. I naturally just distrust everyone.
Yeah.
And Michelle is at least good at faking it if she's not actually real. So I will give you that.
It's not that I dislike Melania at all. The woman was a supermodel.
Yeah.
Like
she's not relatable. She's not personable.
No, she's not at all. She's just pretty.
Most people, I'll say, they're not very relatable. She's not relatable at all.
No, she's not. Not even close. Like, not even close.
She has that perpetual look of disdain on her face.
She's got that perpetual look of just... She's got a regal look to her.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of saying that. I think she's constantly looking around and thinking, please.
Mm-hmm. I don't think she actually thinks that.
No, but it's possible that she does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, considering her background alone. I don't know.
Like, I don't want to say she's got RBF because she doesn't, because she looks kind.
Yeah.
But she also has she just has a very regal look about her.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people compare her to Jackie O, and I can see it. What?
I will say this. I don't think she necessarily cares about people. I just think she's a really good politician. I think Harris might actually be a really personable person. Like, she might actually be really good at just talking.
See, and that's the thing, and that's where I run into, like, my mental wall of going, if you get her away from the talking points, and you get her away from...
If you try to make her a person.
If you try and make her a person, which since day one of us doing this, it's I don't care if you're talking about Democrat versus Republican or police versus everybody else or whatever. They're still people.
Yeah.
Now, granted, there's like plenty of sociopaths between police and politics.
Yeah.
And there's a handful of psychopaths.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, they're still people.
Yeah.
That's why, honestly, I feel bad for Joe Biden. You don't feel bad for that man? He's had 2 strokes already.
I try not to, just because of what he's done. Just like his policy has been so...
But was it his policy or the policy that he got told to push?
I don't care.
I do. Because as much as I despise John McCain for being a war hawk for so many years.
Yeah.
He was born to be a politician. He was molded into it. He did it, and he
I will agree that these are people that we're talking about. I mean,
they're human beings.
At a certain point, you can lose your humanity and still be a person. Like, there are evil people out there that
Ooh, that.
Just because you're a person doesn't mean that you're not inhuman. Tender spot?
A little bit.
Sorry.
No, I get it, but
I think there are a lot of politicians, definitely in Washington, D.C., that have just given up their humanity.
I don't. I think, well, I mean, outside of legitimate sociopaths or psychopaths, I think they're stuck inside the Hunger Games. They're doing what?
Well, I think that a lot of times that's how you lose your humanity.
Well,
You're forced to make a
Your
decision or
envir-
make the wrong one.
your environment becomes your reality. That's
Yeah,
why that's why it aggravates me so much that we like everybody grabs some bitches about, well, they make $200,000 a year and they get like 3 or 4 months off a year. I'm like, I'd be perfectly fine with them making $75,000 a year or $100,000 a year. You know, above average,
Mhm.
travel costs covered, and they get at least 8 months off a year
Yeah.
because their environment becomes their reality, and the reality becomes their perception, and perception is based off reality. Therefore, it's going to determine your decision-making ability based off your reality, which in turn is your environment.
I will agree to some extent if I'm understanding you correctly. I mean, if it were up to me,
Washington's a cesspool.
yeah, it is.
Like, and people don't understand that unless you.
And
Like, if you go up and go to the Mall of America and you're like, oh, this is pretty, this is gorgeous, it's all history. Like, go to K Street
Mhm.
after 10. Hell, go to K Street after 6.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, go down. Like,
I mean, I agree. Washington is the problem. I mean, it's not just the people there. The environment there is terrible. And if it were up to me,
well, you've gotten to this moment of time where we've made a separate political class. And it was done unintentionally. And the reason it was done, the reason it happened was you stick these people in an 8-month summer camp together and they become like each other.
like each other and less like the people that they originally came.
Yes. Because where do they spend more than 130 days a year?
One reform that has been suggested that really hasn't gotten anywhere that I think I actually support is remote voting.
I could see that, but part of it is the money too, and it's not meant to be a bad thing. Like, I understand. It's like, oh, who was the guy? Crap. I don't remember if he's a representative or a senator from Utah. He was really, really good. Oh my god. And he just didn't run again in 2000. He was in the same class as Trey Gowdy. I want to say he was a congressman.
I keep coming up with the wrong names.
And he didn't run for re-election because it was too expensive. Like, and he made $200K a year, but he was sleeping in his office.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't afford a place in Utah and a place in Washington and put a kid through college. Crap, what was his name? He was from Utah. I remember that much. He was from Utah. But he decided not to run again at the same time Trey Gowdy.
What year was that?
18? He would have got elected in 16, I think.
Stewart?
No.
Bishop?
No. Like, I want to say now he's a Fox News contributor. He might have been a senator. It might have been the spot Romney won. That's gonna drive me nuts. You'd know the name. Like, he was a Tea Party guy. Like, it was that moment of time of going. I keep wanting to say Mark Meadows, and it's not Mark Meadows.
It wasn't Chaffetz, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Chavez. That's who I'm thinking of. Jason Chavez.
Yeah. Chaffetz?
Shape.
I don't know how you pronounce that.
I want to say it's actually like Chavez.
I need to stop reading my news and listen to it because I don't know how to pronounce anything.
Yeah, that's why I started listening to audiobooks. No, that's who I'm thinking of. And he couldn't put a kid through college at a public university and afford a place in DC and in Utah. That's who I'm thinking of. Like, okay, I understand there's a difference here, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Because I want to say he's a lawyer too. Chavez. Yeah, Jason Chavez. Like, and one of those, he was one of the good guys that him and Gowdy left at the same year, and it created a vacuum. And
Yeah.
Gowdy went back into private practice.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, money talks, BS walks. Like, we all know this.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes me wonder, how does Harris have a place in San Fran, which is the most expensive place in the entire country to live in, and a place in Washington,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it goes back to the same thing. How is Rand Paul and McConnell from the same state?
Well, Louisville.
But they're senators.
Yeah, but that one city is different than the rest of the state. Like, that's the only explanation that I can give you without doing some analytics.
Like, I really want to dive into the analytics of how in the hell Rand Paul
Yeah.
and Mitch McConnell
Yeah.
are from the same state.
Have you been to Kentucky?
Yes.
Where?
Places.
You're not going to tell me.
No, I'm not.
Any rural areas?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go into Louisville?
I drove to Louisville.
From the airport to the rural areas? Oh my gosh, Greg. I have
pretty close. Yeah.
I have a friend who used to be a professor in Louisville at there's a college there. I want to say
it's called Louisville.
No, it's like Western Kentucky or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He said he was at a seminar or not a seminar. What's the word?
A lecture?
No. Symposium.
Oh,
he
symposium.
He was at a symposium, and there was this guy. He didn't even tell me what it was. He couldn't remember. Some PhD doctor giving a symposium. At the end, he opened up for questions. Some guy stands up in overalls and like a trucker cap. He says, "Yeah, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You a real doctor or one of them talking doctors?"
Mm-hmm. That's Kentucky.
And he said that's Kentucky.
That's Kentucky.
That split right there.
That's Kentucky. Wholeheartedly, that's Kentucky. Oh.
He had lots of fun stories from Kentucky. Lots of fun political stories from Kentucky.
To the rural area, you're a dick.
To what?
From the airport to the rural area.
Was I wrong?
No. Oh. Anything else about Harris?
I really hope.
God save the Queen.
Yeah, really. I hope they lose.
I hope they all lose.
Yellowstone volcano 2020. Please just end it.
You said vote gold. Vote yellow. Hashtag Yellowstone volcano 2020.
Yeah.
I don't know. At
I
this point, I don't know.
I will take any catastrophic disaster at this point. Giant meteor, Yellowstone volcano.
But we would all die.
Worth it at this point. Because you and I both know how this election is going to go.
Yeah, I know. If we win, we lose. If we lose, we win.
Attack of the Mummy 2020.
Lucas, where can they find you on the only social media that hasn't banned you yet?
I'm on the Twitter because they're apparently behind in their banning. In their
They really are.
And I'm on the Twitter at the Lucas Cohen.
You can follow me on just about any social media. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube,
I need to start counting how many there are.
Parler.
Oh, you're on Parler now?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No.
I haven't. Because there was a social media out that I didn't have, and I'm like, no! You can follow
Find
me.
addition to your collection.
Yes, I had to do it. You can follow me on just about any social media at Greg J. Ingle, GREGJINGLE, and you can follow the podcast on Facebook, Qualified Immunity Podcast, and also we are on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Overcast, Anchor. We are on every single podcast app there can be out there. Tell your sister, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your uncle, tell your cousin, tell anybody. And if you're in Kentucky, just roll over and tell them. We are on everything out there. Like, subscribe, and leave a review. And if you leave a crappy review because of my Kentucky joke, I'm going to be angry. With that being said, tagline?
Vote gold, vote bold, JoJo 2020.
Oh, and the way I end every single one of these, and the way I will continue to end them. For my favorite line, my favorite music festival in the entire world. Live today, love tomorrow, and unite forever. Till Valhalla, guys.